What's up, disc golfers? Joe here with Joe's Disc Golf, and I'm here to talk to you about Natalie Ryan again, okay? I know I teased it in the last video I did, and I had to preface it with saying, like, I was writing an article that I needed to stop being old man yells at clouds, because some of the stuff that was said in this Instagram post by Natalie Ryan just kind of, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way. So it took me a moment. As I said, I'm trying to keep my emotions under control. I'm trying to come at this as a reasonable human being, as someone who can critically think with the thing between his ears and use this beautiful face here as more than just a hat rack. And I think I can do that. So without further ado, let's just get into it, because Natalie Ryan definitely did. And she took to Instagram to post some stuff, including the following statement. This was a couple days after her original statement. And, well, let me just give it to you in her words. I am not the only new touring player who has found success as part of a newer generation of FPO disc golfers with a more well-rounded game. Attributing this success only to the fact that I'm transgender ignores the hard work I have put in to gain competency in every shot shape and angle, but also ignores the fact that others have done so too. My most active detractors have been complacent and haven't improved their games in years. They only started due to the evolution of FPO that now requires it to win. They won't speak up despite the survey pointing to disc golf leaning more conservative, disproving their fear for being canceled. Trans people's anger for situations like this has been used against them for generations as justification for our collective removal from the public spaces. I refuse to fall in line and accept my frustration is valid. So I will say that yes, being frustrated, totally understand. Your livelihood was upended. However, saying that no one in the FPO practices, that you're the only person who goes out to practice putting, hits the weight room, watches what you eat, goes and does field work, plays multiple rounds a day or a week or however, is an absolute crock. As I've said before, and as I will say again in the future, inevitably, disc golf is becoming more and more professional. So everybody is practicing more. They were practicing what they needed to do prior, and now what they need to do is more. One of the reasons Paige Pierce was so dominant was because she took the game incredibly serious. The reason why her main rival for a number of years was Katrina Allen, and still is because of how serious she takes the game. Look at what she posts on Instagram about how her eating schedule is so regimented, and her workout plan, and she has everything planned to the minute. Like, crazy planned. Good for her. Not my style at all. As I record this, probably less than 10 hours before it's going out. Not my style, clearly. You look at Kristen Tatar, who is, like, doing the same thing, and everybody else. Now, as for them not, I'm taking this down a little bit at a time here. As for them not speaking out because, they'll get canceled, blah, blah, blah. Disc golf is still small. And the mob, in general, will not hesitate to take anyone down. Inside disc golf, outside disc golf, whatever. It does not matter. On top of that, manufacturers, and this has been said multiple times anonymously through the Quillette article, that a lot of players can't say things for fear of losing their sponsor, for fear of being kicked out, unless everybody else says something. But nobody can say anything until everybody else says something. So they're in this weird catch-22 type thing. So there is that situation there. I want to point out, because this obviously made its rounds on Reddit, and it became a huge dumpster fire, but there were some kernels in the crap storm that, stood out here. User Prudent Food 77 seemed to summarize the general sentiment against Natalie Ryan and transgender women in FPO the best possible way, in my opinion here. And the comment read, well, from what I read, you just have to practice more, Natalie, and you will be able to be competitive in MPO without any problem. Or are you just too lazy to put in the work you need to do to reach that level? Kind of throwing some of Natalie's words back in her face. So, especially with the fact that, as I mentioned before, through the GoFundMe, and I'm not going to harp on this much, but saying like, I'm not that good, but I still won. Like, that's kind of like argument numero uno against you, saying that you basically make the case saying of you are good because you're transgender. And you're saying you're not, you've put in all this time, effort, and all that stuff. So I don't know if you've even changed that on GoFundMe. Who knows, by the time this comes out, it could change. So there. User SheHeisers1234 added a separate response there and accurately seemed to summarize the people who are in support of transgender women in FPO in general. And SheHeisers wrote, I've been a supporter of hers, but she is insufferable. And I think that is probably the most elegant way to summarize that. I do want to tend to agree with one point of Natalie Ryan's argument, and that is the point that the PDGA doesn't give a flying crap about amateurs, because their whole argument is for FPO to make everything fair. Transgender women can't participate unless their testosterone levels are below 2 nanomoles per liter and have transitioned before puberty has started. Okay, so we got that. In FPO, transition whenever you want, just keep that testosterone down low. So I do agree that it doesn't seem right that these are two separate policies. And I honestly think I come down like the FPO, the touring FPO, the top, the hardest, strictest one should be across the board. It should be all across the board. And I think, and if you guys agree with me, let me know. If you think I'm full of crap and it should be the other way around, okay. I don't agree. I don't agree. I think there are, and there is some evidence, not great, but as the research does come out, we'll find out more here. And I will be, I think the testosterone level should be raised to the average. Like, you pull any woman off the street and go, all right, we're measuring your testosterone. It could be 2.4. I think it should be at least at that level, or 2.5. It has to be less than 2.4. So, that kind of stuff. That's one thing that should change. I think it should be, like I said, the same point all the way across. And I don't know. I think there are some valid points in the rage comments that are coming out. And I can't say that I totally, I can understand. So that was just a quick update there. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed this, great. Give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't. Give it a thumbs down. Not that that matters anymore, because YouTube took that away, essentially. But, hit me up in the comments below. Let me know I'm full of crap. Agree with me, whichever. I don't care. I will be the first to change my opinion if good, solid science comes out and says, no, there is no difference. But it doesn't look like it's coming down that way. But, hey, hold my feet to the fire in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, whenever this research gets done. Credible research, not some undergrad BS senior project. Trust me, been part of those. They're a load of shit. But thank you all for watching. As always, I've been Joe, you've been awesome, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.